All right, I am Brandon Walker, and I host. God, this beard and this hair, man. I just be looking good. Brandon Walker, I host Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show, and I do it because of these people right here. Fireball Whiskey. It's time to free your fire with an ice-cold shot of Fireball. You're going to be with family this week. You might go tomorrow night back home and hang out with your high school buddies or your college buddies for the first time in forever. Don't just drink beer. Just take it to the next level with some Fireball. And this Thursday, when your aunts and your uncles are there and nobody likes each other and your grandmother wants to get drunk anyway, Fireball. Do the Fireball party bucket. You just buy it, add ice, and you have a party. 20 other shots right here. Fireball, the #1 shot in the United States of America. Stay off it. Free your fire. Enjoy this holiday season. De-stress with Fireball.
I feel like every older person at like someone's family party, like they'll be like, "Have you heard of Fireball?" And it's like, this is the best drink in the world, and they fucking love it.
Not really at my house because they're all dead.
You can pour one out for them. You just drooled all over yourself.
No, I was trying to.
Please, if someone got that on camera, he just drooled all over himself.
I didn't feel the drool. Okay, so, hey, Rico.
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
I went ahead and made the dead family joke so you couldn't.
Yeah, I've retired those.
I was picking.
It's good.
Somebody tweeted out that Dave has 60 picks this week?
Yes.
60?
How?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
picked every game?
Well, I mean,
He
they're doing the
retired last
standings.
week.
He's trying to win the
Oh, okay. I see.
trying to win the championship, but
The Pat Hill Trophy? Is that what it is?
Pat Hill, yeah.
Yeah. What would it take for you to win the Pat Hill Trophy this year?
Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
It's early. He got killed early.
Yeah. Miracle, not a bad sports movie. You're looking for movies to watch tomorrow night.
Never watched the whole thing.
You never watched the whole thing. Does that mean you've only watched the end or you only watched the beginning?
I really haven't watched any of it. I think it's one of those I know about. I just never sat down and put it. I don't know.
It surprises me.
Yeah.
It surprises me.
Miracle is a must-watch.
Yeah, and especially you're into the good, feel-good, something stories, you know?
Is he?
I mean, I think
Is he really, though?
I think he is.
No.
Hey, Marty.
Can I, Rico? I don't want to come at you early.
Uh-oh.
It's not. It's a sports take.
I didn't know this was happening.
No, it's a sports. One of his sports take. I
For
swear.
Thanksgiving.
I'm not. But I just think your LSU take is crazy. I don't think that Georgia should be out and LSU should be in, and just because they won, like they've had those two losses is a lot in college football.
So what's the LSU take that if LSU beats Georgia?
LSU beats Georgia. USC wins out. TCU wins out. Michigan or Ohio State, take your pick. Is Georgia left? And that winner goes undefeated. There's absolutely no chance.
I think at that point,
I'm not trying to be difficult or be like the UAB beats LSU.
I think at that point, USC would be out.
Okay. But I get it. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like the people are saying LSU would be out if even though Georgia just lost to them head to head.
I think LSU and Georgia.
There are people
get
who
out.
are saying in that
I think
scenario,
they both get in.
Yeah.
they're saying LSU would be. Some people are saying LSU would be out.
I think
What
LSU
is the
would be
point of
in.
having? What is the point of playing this game? What is the point of having conferences? And again, I'm not trying to be like the super hypothetical.
It's fine.
No, I like the conversation. I just don't think, like, how do you take Georgia out when they have better wins than LSU, even though they just lost that? You know?
Yeah, I get it. I get all of what everyone's saying, but 4 teams will have gone 13-0 or 12-1 and won a Power 5 conference. At what point doesn't that weigh in?
But a Power 5, but also, I mean, winning the SEC is way different than winning the Pac-12.
Well, he's saying Georgia doesn't win the SEC.
Okay, and Georgia didn't do it.
But I'm saying like winning the Pac-12 or having Georgia's resume, like give me like Georgia's.
Yeah, and the Georgia.
Picks
Don't forget
resume,
Georgia smacking Oregon has a Georgia smashing Oregon has value.
Smash Oregon, smash Tennessee at full health, like.
And then what's their third best win? I'm working on a blind resume.
Marty, I can just pull up like this is crazy.
I know. I don't. It ruined.
I haven't even unlocked my phone and everything's just coming up. This
No, you can't do it. Yeah,
new update's crazy.
I
ruined
can't
my
do it.
I don't mind it.
And the big clock.
I mean, we all don't have that bad of vision. Like that's insane how
Can't
big
do
that
it.
is.
And everything comes up from the bottom.
I didn't choose to either. It just happened.
Well, it said, do you want to update your phone? And I said, sure, I'll update my phone. And now I got this big ass
It did
clock.
help me though in some way. My phone, when I call people, would come up unknown,
Yeah.
and now it comes up my name. So that's nice.
And now I got I got a fitness app.
Yeah, people are too obsessed.
Who's to say
What health used to be?
You got the fit.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you
the
like fitness?
company one.
I think fitness is just.
Oh, the Brandon Walker show has made me immune to all of these. Okay, he was going to say fitness dick in my.
Oh yeah, I say nothing.
Who's to say USC can't smack
I do
Oregon
like Wendy
too,
though.
USC's interesting. USC.
I'm just saying it's very difficult for somebody.
49-3. You think that's how the game would? Which I'm not saying.
The game hasn't been played yet. It's not possible.
USC could look up in 2 weeks and be sitting there with a playoff spot and the Heisman Trophy in their hand.
Agreed.
Because they got these huge games. They also get their ass smacked by Notre Dame this week.
100%.
So
I think
all right. I'm a little like Notre Dame has played great as of late, but they're also beating a lot of teams that we have said that conference sucks.
yeah, sure, but
I think what it is I think USC. I think they're going to be the first team that USC's played that can physically line up in the line of scrimmage and punch them in the mouth. They haven't really played a team like that. And I think the teams that Notre Dame has played well against have been those kind of teams like UNC when they're just punch them in the mouth. Syracuse. With Clemson, a team that can punch them out, they went and played Clemson and punched them in the mouth. I just think USC hasn't played a team like that. I think this is like a bad matchup.
I don't know at all. So this is an actual question. Is Utah not one of those?
No, I
really
thought they were.
Not
They were
as
last
great
year.
as you would think.
Not this year. They lost a lot.
That game was back and forth, a lot of scoring.
UCLA can on offense, but on defense they can't.
Caleb Williams is phenomenal, though.
Now,
That needless to be said.
this is ostensibly Football Friday, so this is our last show of the week, and we've got several things to talk about. Not the least of which, does everybody raise your hand if your favorite college football team will still have their coach come next Monday?
I
Do
believe.
you not understand do you not understand the assignment?
I
doing?
believe he's staying. You don't believe he's going to
I
Auburn?
don't really believe it.
I really
Can we
do.
put a bow on this real quick, though?
No. We
Silly
moved on to something else right now, Rico.
Fine, fair enough.
This isn't silly. I told you 6 months ago. I told you 3 months ago. I told you 3 weeks ago. I told you earlier this week. Lane Kiffin's next coach at Auburn. I don't know why you won't believe that.
We do have a $100 wager from the show, a live wager. Look, I don't believe anything from the coaching silly season at all. I've just seen enough of it the last few years. It's agents posturing, it's fake offers, it's back channeling. Remember the Brian Kelly to LSU last year that no one knew? I believe nothing until I see him on the podium.
Take
period.
your fandom out.
Oh, I'm saying
No,
it.
but take
I'm not saying he wouldn't take. Look, I'm taking my
Think
fandom.
about who is the best option for Auburn right now. It's Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin's look.
That's
There
the
are
best
plenty of
option.
other bombshells that could happen. Like, I'm telling you, I get why everybody says this, and I look like I'm naive and stupid, but I'm telling you, not a done deal. I don't know that he has an offer yet.
That's fine.
But nobody
He's having a lot of fun with this
you're
from
playing
the
with language
outside.
right
It's
there.
like-
You know you're playing with language. Nobody gets an offer until they've already accepted the job. Nobody gets an offer until they've accepted the job.
Look, I've just seen so many of these smoke screen coaching things through the years that I just don't know what to
So
believe.
what would be your scenario? Because he's not staying at Ole Miss long term. Was your scenario that he's waiting for Alabama?
My scenario is that maybe it's not as easy for him to get big jobs as people think.
And I'm not accusing you of this, but there was an Ole Miss guy the other day, Brennan Chapman, who's
I
a
know
car
who he is.
salesman now.
I know he is.
He basically tried to blackmail Lane Kiffin, saying maybe we're keeping some things quiet for him, so as long as he stays here. Like there's y'all.
I ain't saying no.
I'm
not
you
going.
were.
I would never go down that.
I
love
cleared
that
you.
about college football. I love that.
College football
I
is
would
free.
never go near.
I
that.
love that.
I would never go
illegal.
near. I would never go near that.
I think Lane Kiffin, what he's done at Ole Miss, it is easy for him to get a big job.
That's what I was like. Even just as an outsider, from like, he's made Ole Miss very
I
more
love
relevant
Lane.
than
No
they
one
ever
loves
have.
Lane. Look, I wouldn't be at Barstool without Lane. Like
Oh, he
what he's done, Ole Miss was a relevant.
That's a lie. You were here before Lane was.
No, I got hired when Lane his first SEC win. On the hottie totty.
Oh, I thought that was that wasn't Matt Luke yet?
No, that was 2020. It was
Oh, I thought you were 19. Sorry.
No. But
no, you weren't after the.
it was October 2020.
You weren't after the piss and the miss. You were after the next season.
That helped lead to Lane getting there.
Okay.
Look, no one loves Lane more than me. He's unbelievable. Ole Miss was irrelevant before he got hired.
I don't know, still is.
Oh, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that.
What scenario is he the biggest dick, though? Because they're saying, like, he just wants to circle the wagons and win this game. But if he leaves after this game, is he even a bigger dick the way he's having fun with this on
think,
Twitter?
Listen, I think
He's having a lot. He's leaning into it. The jokes a
For him.
lot.
But I think he's in a
I would
spot where
respect that.
especially if he's taking the job, he kind of has to. Because what's he gonna do? Yeah. Like you can't. What are you going to go up and tell your team? Like, yeah, I'm leaving after this game.
Yeah, you kind of have
because you're in a weird spot where.
Oh no, you could deny it and still do. So which one's less?
I actually feel better that he's not outright denying it.
Denies
like
it, and takes it, or he leans into it and takes it.
Did you guys?
He's taking the job, but I think.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yesterday he made fun of the reporter that made the report, but he never once said, "I'm not taking that job," and never once said, "I'll be at Ole Miss next year." He has never said that.
Facts.
The only thing I think the reporter got wrong, and the reporter said, John Sokoloff, WCBI, my hometown TV station, John Sokoloff said, it's a done deal. Lane Kiffin's going to Auburn, and it'll be announced Friday. And I think the only thing he got wrong was it's not going to be announced Friday because that's disrespectful to Cadillac Williams. Cadillac Williams has to coach a game for Auburn Saturday night, so I think they were going to announce it Sunday. That's what I think.
No, we'll see.
I think you're right.
What? So
I mean, what are you going to put him on?
I don't think anybody knows shit. I mean, I really don't.
I mean, he's going to have to answer questions even after the game. They're going to put him on a podium and they're going to say, "Have you taken the job?" No, he's going to be like the as of now, I'm the coach of Ole Miss type thing. Like it's going to be a little.
Can we? What did Lane? Did he tweet that I haven't heard this?
That's
yet?
News to me.
He said news to me, rolling eyes.
Two tweets.
If he really wanted to dunk on him, he would have said, "You suckle off a dick."
He did dunk on him. You didn't see the tweet he did?
Yeah, I think that's nothing.
We're just going to go past what he just said.
Don't suckle off a dick.
Okay. All right. That doesn't even work.
No.
It does. Suckle off.
And he did another one trolling.
Suckle off a
He did
dick.
another one trolling the
I
reporter.
saw that was
he
funny.
did another one trolling.
Oh, that was funny.
Saying
But
that John Sokoloff.
I think you're right where he
Lot of
didn't
dick.
say, like, I'm staying at Ole Miss, like, Ole Miss forever. Like, that's the first thing he could have said, but you don't think he's saying. But
Now,
I think people definitely know what's going on.
we have a bigger issue, you and I.
What is our bigger issue?
Thursday night we have an egg bowl.
Yes, thanks.
And you and I have both agreed that the egg throwing is kind of played out. We've done it twice. We've done it twice, and I don't know. Some miss, some don't. Whatever. It didn't.
It's run its course.
It's run its course. So we are opening the world up to a new egg bowl bet.
Tasers.
So I will have a steak. He will have a steak. I don't know that I don't know who said that. I don't know that my heart could take a taser.
I don't want to do a taser either.
But anyway, I'm opening up to the chat and to people to DM him and to DM me. We have 2 days to figure out our new egg bowl bet.
I got one.
One thought I had was maybe me go be Lane Kiffin's butler for a day if he's still Ole Miss. Maybe
that'd be unbelievable.
Juice's dog walker, something like that.
What about you change living situations for the rest of the weekend? Game ends. You go to Hoboken or Jersey City. He goes to the house in the basement.
Boy, I win that one. Yes, I'll do that. I'll just go be by myself for a weekend.
If you win,
have a bad spot.
That changes.
I'm not letting you go to my house. I'm not wife swapping with you.
I know that. I don't have a wife to swap with you, but
trust me, you win that.
wife's lovely.
She's fine. Whatever. Everybody's whatever.
Yeah, but the idea's open.
Ideas are open. If the chat has any ideas, if Za has any ideas, if anybody has any ideas, DM me. Let me know, and we'll come up with something. I promise you that, because we are streaming.
You should do like the Tommy Smokes type thing, where you have to eat a hard-boiled egg every day for a year or something like that.
That doesn't.
You're wanting to get away from the egg, though, aren't you? Isn't that kind of?
Well, this is a different. I don't.
Throwing is you're right.
I don't want to be injured by the egg.
Yeah.
And plus, we did it like last year. You threw 10 eggs at me. I think 2 of them hit me.
Yeah.
And it's just like
I get the real problem was I gave because Dave was feuding with you then.
Yeah.
I gifted Dave the last egg to hold over you because y'all were going at it. And I thought it was good, and then Dave just forgot about it.
And now I'm the king of the South.
That's a problem.
Someone in the chat said loser walks from Starkville to Oxford, and vice versa.
That's pretty far.
People say you can't like that's just you can't
How far are we talking?
do that.
It's not that far. It's like
70 miles.
70 miles.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's not that bad.
I thought they meant from New York. No, that's
wearing
not bad.
wearing the winners.
Yeah, no,
gear.
that's pretty good. And you have to wear like a GoPro going live the entire time.
70 miles.
That's really not bad at all. It sucks, but it's funny.
That's not bad.
That's a story. I've heard worse.
We can put that one in the.
Yeah, that makes
All
it.
right.
That's.
All right,
That's better than me having. Never mind. I almost don't even want to say some of the stuff that.
So he walks from Oxford to Starkville, and I walk from Starkville to Oxford.
Can we?
Yes.
My only stipulation on this: can we not do it when it's like 30 degrees in winter?
Yeah, do it in the summer.
Yeah, we got to do it.
No. I think it's. I don't want to put that stipulation in. I think it's funnier to do it.
I couldn't agree
a couple
more.
Southern boys.
Whatever the weather is.
Yeah.
Whatever the weather.
Yeah, whatever the weather is.
Oh man.
Are we talking like the weekend after the Egg Bowl?
No, I don't know. We'll have to have some lead up to it. We'll have to figure that out.
Okay.
But we're not saying that's the bet, but that is a good suggestion from the audience. I would say anything else from the chat that gets you there? Nothing? Okay. You let me know when you see one. Rico?
I just had to hold something.
Shoot fireworks at each other?
It's going to take you over a day.
What?
The walk is 28 hours.
70.
That's actually kind of perfect. You camp out in the middle of the night.
Is it really that far?
Yeah.
70 miles.
You have to take.
Far,
How
man.
long do you have to?
Dude, your feet are going to be like mine, too. I mean, you're going to
That's over 2 marathons.
like
It
some
looks
David
like you have to
Goggins
take
shit,
an
you know?
alternate route up 9 west north or something, so you're not walking on a highway. So it turns out to be 88 miles.
I'd walk on.
I'd just walk on the highway.
yeah,
I'd walk on 82 over to Eupora. I'd go.
You like some Oh Brother Where Art Thou, like chain stuff, like walking down to.
Yeah.
Is there any town? Like, is there like a town you could sleep in?
There's Eupora.
You
You
think
stay in
should
Eupora
have-
and
Calhoun City.
Do you think you should have like a walking buddy? Like
Yeah,
someone-
whoever the
Yeah,
cameraman
Marty,
is
I do.
capturing the
I would.
content.
I would.
You know
I'd be on
who's-
your side.
I got somebody. What about Tico?
So you pick a walking buddy. I'll pick a walking buddy. If we do this.
But do I pick one for you? Or you?
No, I pick mine. I already got mine. He's sitting right there. He just volunteered himself.
I would. I would take the Mississippi State side. I would do it.
Okay. Let me think. Okay.
Well, let's think about this.
Yeah, I've heard
a buddy,
worse.
'cause
I've
you don't
heard
wanna-
worse. 70 miles. The only thing, don't have to do it one day. I mean, you could break it up. Like, you might could stay in Eupora one night. I mean, 70.
Yeah, but it ain't over until you get finished with it.
No, I agree.
However long it takes you is how long.
I agree. But, dude, y'all realize 70 miles in a row in one day, 20, that is.
I don't think it has to be one day though, Mitch.
Yeah.
I think you could.
No.
I think we have to put a cap on it, but I don't think you
Yeah.
have to do
I
it.
think
in
that
one
there
day.
you
should
have to
be
break it up.
I think there should be maybe like if you do something during the walk that's outrageous, you get like 10 miles off.
It literally can't be one day because it takes 28 hours.
That's what I'm
So
saying. But you can't do 28 hours in a row.
Like if you
though.
walk in your underwear for a mile, you get 5 miles off. Something like
what?
that.
How does that work? You can
No,
like order Uber?
he's on the right track here.
Yeah, it's something like you, because obviously 70 miles is so long.
Also, I'll cheat. I just needed to let y'all know I'll cheat.
Oh, but you're live though, so you.
Well, I know I'll spend the night in Eupora, and then
listen,
when I'll
wait.
wake up in Calhoun City, and y'all be like, "What? Y'all won't know
Regardless,
what the towns look like."
I volunteer myself to go to record all of this content, so I will be making sure that there will be no cheating.
I think.
Well, I'll
Mincy
pay
should
you
have-
off to
I think
cheat.
Mincy should have to take someone from the show too.
My friend got caught in high school.
Rico.
Yeah, I think that's what we should have to do.
Take Tico.
Rico, Tico,
Like
same
Central.
thing.
My friend got caught drinking in high school, and his uncle made him read the Bridget Jones Diary book aloud, start to finish. I think that's a fucking horrific punishment.
Anyway, not a bad suggestion from the chat. The committee will meet later, maybe tomorrow, and we'll figure out our bet.
Okay.
Agreed?
Agreed.
You don't think reading a 700-page book is torture?
I think I'd rather
Went to Ole
walk.
Miss though. I'm not sure he could do it.
Non-stop. You can't sleep. You get poked and shit. You got to read it
Oh, you got to read it straight through.
straight through.
Oh.
Like you sit in here and live stream yourself reading it aloud. And
I
it's
think
like-
I'd almost
not
rather
an
walk.
interesting
I'd almost rather walk.
Yeah, I told you.
I'd
See,
rather
like
walk. 70 miles is that is.
You should get a workout in, you know.
No, that's true. That is a lot.
I think I
I
might.
mean, when you get like,
No, I might sit you down here in this room and make you read every single one of Marty Mush's blogs from 2022
Ooh, that's
until you're
not
finished.
bad. That's not bad.
That would, and then I would add Rico's blogs, but that would only add like 20 more minutes.
70 miles
No.
is a long ass.
no.
Yeah, what's going on in between
I checked the
there?
year-to-date numbers out there. There's a lot of people
Show
with
me-
less numbers. You want me to start out them?
Show me the
Yeah, I
map.
do. I would love you to do that.
Go ahead.
What's going on that route over there? The 70. We
All right,
going through
so-
some mountains.
So no, there's no mountains. There's some hills up towards Oxford.
There's not one piece of water.
North Mississippi
There's
does
water.
have- North Mississippi does
Where?
have deceptive hills.
There's what? There's
Water to the left.
There's ponds
that's it.
and lakes everywhere.
Middle of nowhere.
It's not in the middle of the well.
Yeah, could you
okay.
lazy river like
What's
maybe
that
get a
brown?
tube?
Golf courses?
You leave Starkville and you go out to Eupora, and that's where you turn up. You turn up at Eupora.
Oh god.
Bro, this is so much fun here.
It's
Like
82
the
in Starkville.
Trenton Airport.
Yeah, you're gonna be walking. Well, this is a country highway. This is just out in the middle of nowhere. So this is fine. Yeah, you leave Starkville and you walk up to Eupora, and then you turn up, go through Calhoun City right there.
You guys have deer in the South?
Do we have? Yes.
Yeah, all over the place.
I don't know. I don't. Never been to
It's
Mississippi.
probably the deer hunting capital of the world.
It's
Deer everywhere.
It is something there. I enjoyed it though.
You'd like it.
I never been.
It's
to
great
Mississippi.
food.
You just have to be like ready to do nothing. But if you're okay, like
Easy. I'm great at that.
oh yeah, that's why it is nice. Like if you like nature, and gas station
Which is
chicken.
okay.
All right.
Gas station chicken sounds all right.
Oh, it's
Good.
incredible.
It's really good.
Anyway, before we move on to Football Friday and college football slate and the NFL slate, can I talk to you, Marty? And don't worry about any of these other guys.
Yeah.
Your boy Dana.
Oh,
Your boy Dana had this huge, giant tour, and for a year made this big deal out of, would he be a Michigan State fan, a Texas Tech fan, South Carolina fan? And he did all that to pick Cincinnati Bearcats. What?
first of all,
What's he doing?
Happy 30th birthday to Dana.
He's 30?
He turned
He
30.
was 28 like a week ago.
Yep, he's turned 30 today. Happy
Wow,
birthday,
happy
Dana.
Okay,
yeah.
he's too old for this shit.
I obviously Dana's one of my best friends. I love him. He loves attention, and Cincinnati gave him a ton. Like, I will give him this. Think about weirdly you.
Yeah,
Like, Mississippi State isn't the biggest school, but it is a big school.
right.
And who's the most famous person from Mississippi State?
John Grisham.
It's you. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like as an Ohio State fan, they don't really give a shit
give a
about
fuck
Big
about
Ev
me, no.
because there's so many people that go there. Michigan State, same thing. Cincinnati,
Okay.
I see what you're
they
saying.
kind of
I
like
Fish in a small
kinda
pond.
You too.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
like-
I agree with
it's
that.
Like,
It's like a million big LSU.
and no one gives a fuck about me because they have so many people. It's like,
Nick Lachey is a pretty big Cincinnati fan,
But-
for the record.
I agree with you. Cincinnati, like, you could have went to South Carolina.
An SEC guy
That's
could
why
have
I said
been.
I thought he should have went.
After being there in the Tennessee win,
Yeah,
too.
South Carolina
I was gonna get
is
it.
a
Well, that's what's
nicer
funny too,
place.
is he was there for the
3 field
Texas
stormings.
Tech wins,
He had
yeah.
3 field stormings.
What was the
He picked
third
the
one?
Best games to go to.
What was his third
Michigan
one?
State. beat
Texas Tech,
somebody?
Texas.
I know he had 3.
Texas Tech, Texas for sure. I mean, he was at LSU, Bama,
Yeah,
but he
Texas
wasn't
Tech.
considering LSU, right?
but he was there.
But he was that.
right.
Yeah, and
He
they,
was
they
there.
stormed the field. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had an unbelievable run.
I was just surprised he went Power 5.
Non-power 5.
Not excuse me,
Non-Power
G5,
five.
G5, G5.
Oh yeah, no. Like,
Cincinnati's going to the Big 12, though.
think-
That's true. That is true. I
you
guess you're
think
right.
though, content-wise, like Michigan State could have been like always against Dave.
Yeah.
Like he didn't really think about the content side probably, but
Dude, think about this. Pick somebody that like has a good basketball team too. You can get a free Final Four trip out of this motherfucker. You can get
State.
yeah, you can get free like pick somebody near the beach. You know, pick somebody where you're going to get free trips and
I
he's
kind of wish he's.
South
going-
Carolina's a great party scene, great weather.
going to Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's the
Great chili though.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
because they put chili on pasta.
That's Dana. I mean, they
I had one interaction with him. I walked past him and I was like, well, who are you picking? He's like, I think I'm picking Cincinnati. He's like, they're my people. I was like, all right.
He says that about
I
everyone.
got a question. He committed. Did he sign? Or is it because his commitment waiver?
He decommitted.
He should.
But you know what I mean? That's like a whole thing.
I
now.
wish he.
Respect my decision.
If he was, you know, what
If he
should
notes
do.
apt flip, that'd be hilarious.
He should decommit and then do a basketball tour.
He's got to flip. Yeah.
Dana, when's the last thing Dana's finished? Beer pong tournament? Like, don't finish
Still in it.
this.
We're
Yeah, I'm
still in the
still in
middle
it
of
too.
Still in it.
I think
No,
he
you're
should-
not. No,
yeah, I
you're
am.
not. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You got eliminated twice. He kept putting you back
That
in.
was nonsense.
I'm back in.
Mickey Mush was in it.
Mickey
at one point.
Mush was in it as well. But yeah, if he decommitted and did a basketball season, would be unreal.
Man.
But
I have
hey,
a list of the top 5 University of Cincinnati alumni. Do you think he can crack this top 5?
Nick Lachey.
Oscar Robertson.
George Clooney, Sarah Jessica Parker, William Taft, Urban Meyer, Travis Kelce. Is
But
Oh, he's not.
no, but they don't like George Clooney. When's the last? They don't give a shit. Like there's
Who knew George
and
Clooney went to
McConaughey goes
Cincinnati?
back and like he loves Texas,
Right,
but like
yeah.
the
the
Clooney has
naked
no
cowboy
idea.
in Times Square. He went to the University of Cincinnati.
Well, now it all makes sense.
Yeah, that
George
him and-
Clooney should give a shit, though. Imagine if he went back to that campus, he'd probably clean up.
Cleans up everywhere.
Yeah, but
Cleans up in New York City.
George Clooney's got to go back to
He
Cincinnati.
doesn't need to go back to Cincinnati to get pussy.
That'd be weird for George Clooney to have to go back to Cincinnati, being like, "Hey guys,
It'd be funny if it all went wrong.
go
What if
back.
it
He
all
has
went
to.
wrong for him, though?
go back because he can.
Right. I think y'all are missing the point here. I think George Clooney walking.
oh, I think George Clooney's like,
He gets
why
that
the
reception
fuck?
everywhere.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Why would he?
I think he's at the point is like
Sometimes
he
you
does-
go.
he
Sometimes
doesn't
if you
that.
want to catch a fish, you just go into a shallow
George
pond.
Clooney's
Get a
sitting
couple
in
of
his-
vapes,
in his
take a
mansion.
fucking shotgun, go to a
Imagine
fucking
him
beer pong
in his
tournament.
mansion, being like, "Man, I can't. I got to go back to Cincinnati at this point."
No, I
Okay,
just see it
pussy.
as like on a Tuesday night, he's bored.
I've
Like,
never even heard Travis Kelce really rep Cincy.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
I remember
give a
him
fuck
being there
either.
and playing, but
He's the best tight end of all time, by the way.
Did you not say that about Gronk? Like,
No, I said Travis
year ago.
Kelce. I know I wrote a blog that shows Kelsey is the best way is way better than Gronk.
I also think that's a major flex for George Clooney to go back on board on a Tuesday night and be like, you know what I'm going to do? Steal the hottest girl at Cincinnati. This guy thinks he's dating her? No. And then just gone. Wednesday morning, he's back on the jet.
I think that would be a better flex if he were like 35. Isn't he like 50 to 60 now?
At least.
Shows he could still even do it.
Just showing off.
Yeah, just showing off.
When do you
sharp.
When do you think the cutoff is going back to your college? 25?
To
feel like
do what? To do what?
Like actually, like not Barstool content. Like
I went back and finished Ole Miss at like 30, 31.
no, not like going to school. Okay. I'm saying like
I'd say early 30s.
Going back like to the bars,
hanging out on Friday night.
That's really early. Home, like if you have one weekend that you always go, homecoming, it's a little different. They're asking you to come back. That's the only time I ever
I'm
really
saying
went.
Like going to hang out, be like I'm going to the bars tonight again. Like
23, 24.
I think there's like, speaking of Ohio State, I think there's like certain bars that you shouldn't go to if you're like 30.
Okay,
there's certain ones that it's acceptable.
Right.
There'll also be a lot of college kids there.
Yeah, like
bars where also still be friends with those guys. Like you leave, you get
like
a part-time job.
The bars where they're inside dancing, you don't go to those.
Yeah, I mean
the bars where they let like anyone.
That's what I mean. You can go back
like,
to your school at any point, like especially big schools like you guys. But like if you're going to like the where you went when you went there 20 years ago.
The bar you went to as a freshman.
Yeah.
That's not the bar you go to.
When's the last time you went to Waterbury or Newberry or Millbury or wherever the fuck you went?
Newburgh.
Same thing.
The last time I went there was probably when I was 20.
They probably actually like you there.
Yeah, they do. It's so small. They love me there.
Whatever happened with the Jewish college we were going to go watch play basketball?
Yeshiva.
Yeah.
I still think we should go.
The Jewish Joe kick.
The Jewish Joe.
Yeah, I remember that.
We never went and
Got
saw
a G League deal, I believe.
Went and saw the
got knocked out early.
I
The
still
season
think we
kind of
should
flamed
go.
out.
I think they DM'd me and invited us to go. We never went.
I'd still love to go. They're an electric group.
I worked part-time at a school that was in the same conference as Morty's and went up there on a Friday night to do a women's game and do the clock.
Which
and a
school?
girl on the team, whatever. The girl on the team was hurt, and she was walking over to do the book. She was so hot, I fucked up the clock like 6 different times. I was just like she was breathtaking.
The story is apropos of nothing. You just broke the story
His
out.
school was well.
I got a good DM, Brandon, on a bet suggestion. For an Egg Bowl punishment, you should have Brandon dress up like a butler and serve you at a tailgate in the Grove because he talks about the Grove being overrated, and it would be
like that. Yeah. You might not make it out alive.
That would be pretty funny.
What are they going to do? Throw a bow tie at me?
I'm not a bow tie guy. I never could.
I don't mind that, but the problem with that is
next fall though.
We might have to do that we could do it at a baseball game.
The field, the right field would be out of control with students.
All right, we'll figure that out. Maybe. I don't know, but because my people aren't as big a douchebags as yours, so what would be the commensurate?
I don't know, man. I had a
run errands for Tommy Walker for a month.
Left field.
Mintz would come out a better man after doing that. He would come out.
Tommy's like, you know what I really want right now? Rocky Road ice cream. He's got to go fucking get it.
So it is rivalry week in college football. Ohio State and Michigan in basically a playoff game because the winner's going to destroy poor Iowa or whoever.
Purdue? Who is it?
It's Iowa right
Iowa
now.
Probably. Iowa, Purdue, but probably Iowa.
Yeah, so it's Michigan, it's Ohio State. Michigan currently a 7.5-point dog to Ohio State. Michigan with the injury issues at running back, Blake Corum seems to be okay. Donovan Edwards seems like he's going to play, so I think they're going to have their guys on the field at least, whether they're 100%, which that's the only chance they have. If they go in there without Corum, lights out, forget it. Don't even – but if they can grind the thing out, if they can run it down Ohio State's throat, we'll see. Big F, your thoughts?
I've said it all week where obviously College Football Show comes out Saturday. We recorded it yesterday with Dave. I just think the Michigan fans, they have this weird, I don't understand why they think they have the same team they had last year. They don't. They don't have the same team. They don't have this bully defensive line. They don't have this, their offensive line is good. I'll give them that, but they're not nearly as good as they were last year. The defense is not even close to what it was last year. If they think they're going to line up and just bully us like they did last year, they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. Also, the weather conditions are solid. That definitely helps us. But, our defense is much better. Our front seven is way better. And I think that's a massive, 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 massive difference from last year's game. I think we win it, pretty handily. I'll say we win, 40.
You're going to steal my score.
the number you put out yesterday was a good score. That was kind of what I had in my head already. So
I had 42-24.
It pissed me off you said it because
Think it's gonna be that high scoring?
It's at 38.
I just for betting standpoint, I love the over.
Really?
This game just goes over like every year.
Two teams.
It just always goes over.
Two teams this year have kept Ohio State under like 38-40. It was Northwestern and a fucking
Lily Win.
that one out, and then it was the opener against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got a good defense, and it was the first game.
Under how many? 38?
Something like that. They've gone over they've been at 54, 43, 45.
Oh, I know. I mean, I know they're hanging on people.
We have, even though I understand like the Maryland game we scored in the last second touchdown, we've won every game by double digits. I just think this they are not going to be able to run the ball the same way they do. And on the one flaw we have, we've been pretty good against the run on defense. The one flaw we've had is in the passing game, which is their weakness.
Yeah,
I don't think they're not going to be able to exploit us. Like that's the one spot where we have good safeties. Our corners have been not as great, but you can't throw the ball like that.
That being said,
you think you're going to blow them out? 20 points blowout.
I was going to say like 17.
That being said,
I think they hang in there a little early, but I think we second half we started to really take over, control the game.
I'm gun shy. I don't have as great a feel as I did last year.
Something they had
last year. This year, I'm I don't know.
They don't have the same defense they had last year, but they do have the same offensive line, and they did win that game with their offensive line. That's a true fact.
But pass rush was huge as well.
It was.
There's no Hutchinson there. There's no Alabo there.
It was, but
big difference.
In the third quarter, when that game was close at halftime, Michigan got the ball and just 10 plays, 80 yards, 10 plays, 80 yards, 10 plays, 80 yards. That offensive line was just destroying Ohio State for the entirety of that second half. Same offensive line is there. I do think Jim Knowles.
Yes.
Jim Knowles has improved Ohio State up front, and Ohio State's defensive talent has improved up front. But the potential's still there for Michigan to grind it out and cover the 7.5 and even win the game with that offensive line, because that offensive line is probably, outside of the Ohio State receivers, probably the best unit on the field.
No, their offensive line is very, very good. I don't know. I just don't think they're going to be able to, like I said, our defensive line is way better. But also on our end too, we've kind of done that to teams this year where we've been able to just establish the run in the second half and just take over games like that. And I think we can do that to them too, potentially.
Okay, well, is Travion or Mayan Williams playing?
I don't think it matters for us. I really don't. Dallin Hayden was when he's played, he's been great. He was great last week when he's had to come in. He's a true freshman, but he's 5 stars, super talented. He was Travion. He was nicked up. Just put him in the boot, and Dallin Hayden came in, and we just stuffed the ball in his chest 20 times and just took us to victory. And I think we can do that against Michigan too. That front seven is not nearly as good.
My only comment: I feel like Ohio State's the right side with that line coming out above 7. I think Vegas is saying something.
I think a ton of people are going to be racing to grab Michigan.
Agreed. And I think Ohio State's
in the hook. I
think Ohio State's the right side.
What was the spread last year?
Same thing. It was Ohio State by 7.5 or 8.
Yeah. About the same. Yeah,
it was on the road.
Maybe.
I want to say Ohio State, but I really if they start the game and just start running again.
Yeah.
You're gonna be oh fuck.
Zah, why are you still looking at the map of Mississippi? You planning to go with us? You can go with us.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to figure out what's in between. And also,
Nothing's in between.
I was crushing my sandwich.
Just a couple of small towns with 3,000 population. Nothing.
That's kind of my speed, Fuck this shit.
I imagine is it a lot like
Dollar's going to go a lot farther at least?
It's a lot like what?
Jackson?
No.
No. Just the environment around.
No.
I've been to both.
Rural.
No. The only place in Mississippi that's like Jackson is Jackson. Everything else is.
I don't think there's anything in the world that's like Jackson.
Correct.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair.
Well, I remember when I was there. I know you were there for a while, Booze. It really is fucking you can't explain it. There people die there because of the potholes. That's how big those are. Yeah,
a lot of stray dogs too.
So many stray dogs.
So many
bro.
stray dogs. It's sad.
I'm telling you, the potholes. They were literally watch out.
Y'all are talking Jackson problems, okay? Not Mississippi problems.
Yeah,
those are Jackson problems.
Yeah, that's Jackson. I told you when I went to your where your house was. It was I could tell why you like it because it's just nice and calming.
We went to the school bus.
Yeah, the school bus was great.
All the dogs are accounted for in your county?
Oh, I didn't say that. There's stray animals.
But stray dogs is...
We do have a fine animal shelter in West Point, Mississippi.
Stray dogs is fascinating. I feel like I've obviously heard it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stray dogs.
Those stray dogs around here. Not to my knowledge, at least.
No.
Oh, I never thought about that.
I don't think there should be any dogs in Manhattan. I think it's bad for dogs.
I agree. When I see somebody walking a dog in Manhattan, I'm like, what are you doing to that animal?
Like, that dog has
They just
nowhere to
selfishly
run.
stuff it in their box apartment.
Yeah, exactly. You're being
Let it
selfish.
roam free in a backyard.
and then when it does get to go shit, you're standing there watching it shit.
Yeah.
That dog, let that dog just take a free shit once in his life.
Yeah. You don't want to be watched every time you have to go to the bathroom.
No. Rico, you haven't said anything in a while.
No. I was looking through emails. The pretty important emails. Sorry. I got nothing on Jackson, Mississippi. I'm sorry.
Tell me your top 5 most important emails on your phone right now.
2 of them we just got.
Yeah.
That's fine. Talk me off of Kansas State.
I can't do it.
Can't do it either.
Right? Like it's.
Do it either.
You know how I am. Well, I say it all the time. Snyder cleaned out his desk. He handed in his shit, but he left a game plan how to beat the shit out of Kansas. Have you seen some of the numbers? And I know Dave's always like, oh, well, you rely on what happened last week. Yeah, Texas ran for 400 yards last week. That's icing on the cake of what Kansas has been doing the past 4 or 5 weeks. 293 on the ground to Baylor. 284 to Texas Tech. Oklahoma ran all over them. These teams are Kansas is getting killed on the ground. Kansas State is one of the best rush attacks in the country. And this other kid, I don't know his name off the top of my head, he's emerged just as good as Deuce Vaughn. They got the two-headed monster. Will Howard's unbelievable through the air. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in this sense. Is it actually better if Texas wins at 12 o'clock for me? Because Kansas State will be that jacked up knowing if they win, they go to the Big 12? Or do you think that their assholes get a little tight in that game potentially?
I was okay. Am I just wrong? I thought I was under the impression that if Kansas State wins, they're going regardless of what happens elsewhere.
No, if Texas wins and they lose, they fall to 3 conference losses. TCU, Texas, and Kansas.
But again,
and Kansas will have 3 and bump ahead of them.
Again, Kansas State is in a position. If they win, they're in, right?
Exactly.
100%.
They don't need the scoreboard watch in. Just go beat Kansas' ass. They don't have to worry about Texas. Just win.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a rivalry game, too.
But if Texas loses, they don't have to win. Wait.
I get what you're saying,
Yes,
but they're still going to want to win because it's their rivalry.
I know, the rivalry.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, is there I don't want to. Yeah, I got it. I am overthinking it, but
all right, now let me.
I think they're going to smash them.
Wrote down the interesting lines for college football this week. All right, obviously Ohio State being a 7.5-point favorite and a total of 57 against Michigan. I like that game to go over. I think Michigan will score, and I think Ohio State would welcome that. They want to be in a track meet. Florida plus 9.5 at Florida State. Florida State has a chance for a 9-3 season and to step on the face of Florida, who just lost to Vanderbilt. Billy Napier, I think, was the wrong hire. Mike Norvell has spent the year proving that he's the right guy. Florida State's at home, 9.5. They have a chance to embarrass the Florida Gators.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
I think Florida State, if they didn't start out, like they lost early, right?
They beat LSU.
No, they went 4-0, and then they lost 3 in a row.
Did Travis get hurt or something? Or no?
He had some injury issues, but they had the other guy come in.
Hurt in that Louisville game.
But they beat they lost to NC State, Wake Forest, and Clemson back to back.
Don't you think that they're a good football team?
Yes,
I
they
think
beat LSU.
Real good. Like I was watching them last week because
they're killing teams right now.
I had that team.
The difference of Florida State, the big thing is they hadn't had an offensive line since like the last year or two of Jimbo. They've literally had like one of the worst O-lines in the country, and now they got a badass O-line. They're running for over 200 yards every game.
Running back, yeah.
Yeah, now that they got that running game going, that's been the one thing that
I think Travis is real good.
Yeah,
Travis is good. The running back's good. The receiver that came from Arizona State's very good. South Carolina, who just had a big win over Tennessee, is now on the road at Clemson. Clemson, who is just sitting there right outside the playoff looking in.
Are they really, though?
Yes, they are. Plus 14.5. I don't know if they'll ever get in, but they're sitting on the outside looking right there.
You're talking about leaving USC out, who will win that. Like, you really think you can put Clemson
Rico.
I don't know. The ACC stinks to me.
USC has 2 very tough games coming up. USC losing is a big possibility. TCU losing to Kansas State is a big possibility.
Absolutely.
If you take those 2 out, all of a sudden I'm looking around trying to fill spots. Am I going to give it to Michigan, who hasn't beaten anybody, if they lose to Ohio, who has one decent win? Maybe. Am I giving it to Clemson? I don't know. But Clemson would be.
I just think Clemson's weak.
They are
agree
weak.
with you. They're still
weak.
But
and they got killed by Notre Dame. But
they're weak, man.
If TCU and USC are kind of holding the sanctity of this thing together right now. Otherwise, you're going to be choosing between a team that lost Ohio State, Michigan without a resume, and Clemson. And fucking, you know who thinks they got a chance to get in, and they're crazy, is Alabama. They think they can get in.
Well, why wouldn't they? The committee gives them every benefit of the doubt every time.
South Carolina's plus 14.5 at Clemson.
Who thinks Alabama's good?
They do.
I've been Rattler-ceptioned again. He was an asshole all year to me.
Yeah.
I'm all the way back in on him. Like what he did last week was
buddy.
I like Clemson.
Clemson has a defense. Tennessee does not. It's at Clemson. South Carolina's going to come. Clemson likes nothing more than to wait till South Carolina gets a little bit of hope and then just snuff it out.
I know, but did you see how Rattler was throwing the ball last week?
It
was coming out of his hand so hot.
I'm so.
I do want to say one thing.
So hot.
I'm
going to bet him to win the Heisman again next year. I'm going to do it.
He's awesome.
South Carolina kind of did a similar thing last year where they turned it on at the end of the year.
They got
They were
crushed.
damn good.
They got crushed in this game.
That's true. But
It
also,
was similar, no, but they got
two that I think we talked about a little bit yesterday too on the show. That this team is not like a 4-7, like they're 7-4.
7-4, yeah.
They're not like
I
awful.
feel like they're not good, but they're 7-4.
They're a decent football team. They've had some bad games. They've had some good games. I agree with you. Defense is a totally different animal than Tennessee.
You have Vandy, Tennessee on that list?
It's next, Rico.
Oh, that's a great transition.
It's next, Greg. Tennessee is minus 14 at Vanderbilt, folks.
I kind of like Vanderbilt money line.
I don't like Vanderbilt.
Money line.
Joe Milton sucks.
I love Vanderbilt. I want to make
How
love
does
to
Tennessee
Vanderbilt.
get off the mat? You put it. I saw that clip on Unnecessary Roughness. You're like, you could have a
Vandy
great
is
season
feeling themselves.
and then
They
still
feel
have
good.
a painful death so early. Tennessee had that. It was a great story. I was kind of rooting for them to get there. New teams, new blood.
Yeah.
It's great. How are they getting off the mat
And
with Joe Milton?
If they lost, fine, whatever. Pick yourself up. They lost, and they lost their quarterback. Now they got to play a Vanderbilt team who, by the way, just beat Kentucky, just beat Florida. Second year of their coach, they're all of a sudden looking around the SEC and like, oh my God, we can play with these guys.
I wanted to give out Vanderbilt over. I think it was 2.5.
I gave out Vanderbilt money line last week because I'm a fucking genius.
wow.
They're low key built for upsets because all they do is run the football.
Yes.
So
They let you fuck up.
I also see a lot of guys with Tennessee.
Quarterback's a great athlete.
I think the pride of winning your last game and all that shit is kind of out the window. These guys aren't playing the bowl game too.
Yeah.
Like they're like, all right, I'm gonna play, and the same thing. I'm getting cut block. I'm getting
And
fuck it. I'm packing my locker up tomorrow anyway. Like,
one more thing.
you know, like I'm done.
One more thing. That Tennessee defense sucks.
Awful.
It is trash. They just made Spencer Rattler look like a 14. I'm betting the Vanderbilt 14.
Yeah.
I like the money line.
I'll
No,
probably
I gave
throw
it
the
out as
money
well.
line
I like
out.
the money line.
I
think it's worth a stab.
if it were in the fact it's in Knoxville
It's
gives me a little pause.
Oh yeah. I thought I was in Nashville.
That was, and here's my favorite SEC bet on the board, and it's LSU minus 10 at Texas A&M. A&M is done, dead. None of their players want to play. None of their coaches want to coach. None of their fans want to go to the games. LSU is not far from Texas A&M. LSU will have 40,000 people in the stands.
They're gonna be fighting for recruits in that area. They recruit Houston.
LSU will have 40,000 people in the stands. A&M will have 10,000 people in the stands. LSU minus 10. LSU is still playing for something. A&M just wants this season to end. They want everything to end.
I know LSU has the advantage on the field. How much more of an advantage is Brian Kelly over Jimbo as well?
Significant.
That's where it's gotten to.
Yeah.
Before the season, would you have put that statement on that as far as an adjective?
I would have probably said even.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
Kelly was
I think you still
54-7
would've
at
said
Notre
Kelly's
Dame. His
better.
last 61.
I would have said Kelly's better, but it wouldn't have been
I didn't
like
know.
you laughed me
Okay.
out of the room argument. That's all I'm saying.
I
And now I think it's like
I didn't think Brian Kelly fit at LSU, and I thought it was
he's just a good coach, man. He
square
just wins
peg in a
where he
round
goes.
hole, and then he loses to Florida State.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't have said it after that game. So I just thought, but you know what? He's 10-2. He just won the West. He's obviously proven that.
I hope he beats
Yeah, what he's
Georgia.
got to Matt House, that defensive coordinator beast House.
Let me tell you, underdog, home underdog that you should bet money line.
Is it Oregon State?
First of all,
Yes.
don't interrupt me. Ebo, you were nodding your head. Do you think you know who this is?
Oh no, I just want to hear it. I just like when we get into the fun money lines. I love the fun money.
We
lines.
should do 3 together, parlayed.
Okay, cool, because it is Oregon State.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely
They
Oregon
love
State.
them. Yeah, I did too.
Bo Nix is
They grind it out, run the ball. They play well at home.
They're good at home.
Yeah.
Jonathan Smith knows how much this game means.
Everybody talks about the Pac-12, like USC, Oregon, and all of them. Washington's going to be 10-2. Oregon State wins this game. They're 9-3. Like Oregon State's good. These teams are not
Wazoo
bad.
overachieved. UCLA is still really good. We said this all the time. The Pac-12 is better than the Big Ten. I
Top
think
half of the
start to
Pac-12 is
finish.
really good.
I think Wazoo can beat Washington too in the Apple
They
Cup.
could. They could.
They're only +2 at home.
And
I still haven't seen them. I watch a lot of Wazoo. I still haven't seen them explode on offense like we expected with Cam Ward. It's weird. It's like
they've been hit or miss.
They've been very hit or miss.
Defense is a lot better than people
think. It is, and that's what
Come
makes
on,
them a true team. But like Cam Ward, I was expecting this kid to throw for 9 touchdowns a week.
Rico, what I think we learned is, and if you pay attention to FCS at all, and Incarnate Word is still scoring like 65 points a game. Like I think that just might be the system.
It's the system, right? All right.
They put up 70 points and a half on a team this year.
So did you ever apologize for your Drake May shit that you kept jerking us off to when they lost? No, right?
He's still really good.
Well, I mean, he was saying Heisman and stuff, and they fucking lost last. Not you. I was saying Ebo.
Like he was playing like the Heisman.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
I got him at 25-1. That's incredible value. I got the player that's playing like the best player in the country at 25-1. I think that was a great bet.
I still think they could beat Clemson if they turn it into a fucking track meet.
I still think it's
just because something is wrong doesn't mean the process.
I'm not confident about it.
I just think they.
If the outcome is wrong,
I just don't think they match up well. Like just.
I think they'll get
Clemson's good defense. I think that's where like their defense.
He's gonna have guys in his face and big guys in his face.
Just certain like they say like styles make matchups. I just think it's not like a good.
But it's almost better that they laid a dud. The week before, you know what I mean? Like in the Georgia Tech game.
They're also this. They're much better than I thought they were initially. Clemson's defense just might be a problem.
Ohio State wins the Big Ten. USC wins Pac-12. Who wins the Heisman? And they both play well.
Probably Stroud.
Yeah?
Yeah, especially if he puts up 350 and 4 against Michigan. I think that would be. I think he was going to win it.
But what happens if Ohio State play? The Stroud doesn't like kill it. He did
against Notre Dame.
Then Caleb Williams
plays okay, and Caleb wins.
If Williams went berserk, he could steal it.
I wasn't done with my fun money line.
Can I give a fun money line?
I have another fun money line.
Can I give mine first?
I have a fun money line.
I think mine's going to be better than yours because I gave out Vandy 2 weeks ago. It was a good fun money line.
Well, I gave out Vandy last week against Florida.
Are we giving out Vandy
I'm giving out
week?
Vandy this week.
You can have
Mr.
Vandy
Johnny
this week,
come
Rico.
lately over here. All right,
who's on Vandy all
who's
these
yours?
That was Rico's first pick in 3 weeks.
Unit management. No, he's right. I mean,
relax.
I'm gassing up for Saturday. I got a whale Saturday.
Rice.
The Rice money line.
Why?
They fucked me last week.
They got North Texas this week. They're plus 13.5 at North Texas. They play super slow, and they have skill players on offense. They have McCaffrey's brother. They can score. I think that's a really tight game.
Is North Texas already locked into that championship game
so
too?
North Texas has to win to get in. If they win, they're in. If Western Kentucky wins and they lose, Western Kentucky is in.
My fun money line is more fun than that.
I doubt it.
You don't know. Louisville is plus 3.5 at Kentucky. Kentucky is dead. Kentucky scored 6 against Georgia. Kentucky lost to Vanderbilt at home. Kentucky has a bad quarterback. They don't believe in the system. The offensive coordinator stinks. The fans don't like what they see right now. And Louisville hasn't been great, but hasn't been bad this year either. Louisville on the road to upset this rivalry and change this rivalry. I love it. Louisville to go in to Lexington and beat Kentucky. That's a fun money line. That's on the road.
That's a fun one.
And when Louisville wants to get up, they can. I mean, they beat the shit out of Wake.
Beat the shit out of them.
Louisville's been not bad. Their defense is better than people think.
Didn't they beat UCF too?
Yeah, they beat UCF
on the road.
And then they beat
Louisville's polar.
Yeah, they just beat NC State.
Yeah,
dude, they've got a good defense. Cunningham can run.
Right, and Will Levis and Kentucky's. People always bring my bad takes to me and say this. Oh, you thought Miami was going to be good. You thought this. You thought that.
You eat dinner at 10:30.
I've never in my life been more right about something than calling out the Will Levis fraud stuff. Before.
Took a while. Took a while for you to cash in, but
no, it didn't. He's never been good this year.
But I was firmly on that boat as well.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying.
No, you ready?
I think there was a lot of people. I was like, how did this guy all of a sudden be like a 50%?
Somebody in the fucking summer decided he's a first round pick.
6'4", 230.
And everybody just believed it.
I couldn't believe it.
Can we be smart this year altogether, truthfully, and chart the teams that don't want to be there and do want to be there in terms of bowls?
Yeah.
That so think about it. Like Louisville. Louisville's getting a little hot. I don't know their record off the top of my head, but I would imagine they're
about to be 8.
Okay, yeah. Louisville wants to play. If Kentucky goes to a bowl, they don't want to be there. The same with North Texas. If they lose to Rice and when Western Kentucky wins, we lost that chance of this. You know what I mean? Like, chart them all. Because in bowls, you find out real fucking quick. Now, the injuries and guys sitting out, but teams who want to play, look at Army Houston a couple of years ago. Houston, they're like, we got to go. I think it was in Birmingham. What fucking bowl was that? Like, we want to go get chop block for 3 weeks? Oh, 3 hours after we just lost? Houston didn't want to be there. Army did.
Right.
That shit matters big time.
With the opt-outs, bowl season has become the ultimate, don't overthink it.
I got one more.
Bowl season
but
become
you agree that
no, I agree with you.
Mental state matters
Bowl
too.
season has become
Oh, yeah, we are.
it's become play the obvious pick.
So, my last pick, and this is along those same lines. This isn't a bowl game, but this is a team desperate to get to a bowl game, would love to do it, and they're playing their arch rival. They're not going to win the game, but Auburn plus 22 against Alabama.
I love it.
They're playing hard for Caddy. They want to play for Caddy. They want to show up on Saturday, and I'm not sure what Alabama's playing for at this point. 22 is too much.
I love it.
Bama hadn't blown anybody out all year. They hadn't been blowing people out.
And Auburn wants to run the ball. I mean,
very quick mush minute. Give him the clock.
Yes.
Quickly.
Bingo.
Go.
All right. I think everyone, I want you to enjoy this week because this is the best gambling week of all time. There's games on every single day. There's a full college football slate, Big Ev told me on Friday. I need you all to weed out on Thanksgiving your Uncle Carl who has a 42-team parlay. It's going to be frustrating. Go eat and don't listen to him. Stay focused on your plays and eat your stuffing. This is the best time of all time of sports gambling, and enjoy the shit out of it because you sit your fat ass with your tryptophan on your couch, and you're going to be like, holy shit, there's a game every single second of the day in whatever sport you fucking want. But make sure you weed out your Uncle Carl's because there's nothing worse than explaining your gambling picks to your family.
All right. Two things before we go any further. Number one is we haven't talked about it, but a massive, gigantic, monumental upset in the World Cup happened today. Argentina got beat by Saudi Arabia 2-1. It was huge, and the World Cup is now crazy town bananas.
Ronaldo's gone.
Saudi Arabia was 18-1 to win.
My second thing.
That's insane.
My second thing was that court in Hawaii is the best basketball court I've ever seen in my life.
Best ever.
Yeah, the flowers and the pink.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Arkansas,
the murals on the wall.
Arkansas Creighton today is going to be an unbelievable game.
Sometimes, though, in life, you have to say F it and free your fire. And with gambling, we do that pretty much every day. And for the Fireball F it pick of the day, I turn to Rico Bosco.
Yeah, all right.
I was told it was you.
It was
fine.
It was supposed to be Rico, and then Rico didn't have a pick ready.
I don't have a pick
Mush.
tonight.
Oh, nobody told me.
Fine.
I'm the boss. Need the
Pass.
info.
I was asked.
Pass.
Okay. Sometimes you have to say F it and free your fire with gambling, such as giving your valuable sponsored pick to the biggest idiot on the show.
Yep.
It's the Fireball F it pick of the day by Marty Mush.
We're going to that court in Hawaii, and it is Texas Tech minus 13.5 against Louisville. Louisville is an awful, awful basketball team. They're not going to get it together. Texas Tech whops them on the floor. Texas Tech minus 13.5. They don't have any guards, Louisville. They have L. Ellis, that's their only guy that they can do something. They stink. They're in disarray.
Punishment for Mississippi State Ole Miss. Loser has to watch the team's bowl game with Tico, give her $1,000 to bet on the other team, and watch the game in the winning team's city.
I mean, Jesus.
That's a lot.
That's too much. $1,000.
Picks. We'll start with Marty Mush. Go.
All right. I have Toledo, who's Eastern Michigan moneyline, Texas Tech, UAB, Ohio State, Kansas City is good.
I feel like this is one of those not learning your lessons. Like Toledo yesterday was.
It's because they played in the fucking Barstool Classic.
You're going to bet them every.
You guys with the scores right now?
No.
They're down 13 with 3 minutes left.
All right, go.
They suck.
Kansas City is a good basketball team. Take them plus 10. Rutgers minus 15.5, and then Arkansas money line against Creighton.
The coach should have picked better people to go out to dinner with.
Okay, this guy right here, Big F.
All right, so and these are the first two are Maction plays. These are football plays. Ohio minus 6.5. They're a wagon. Ball State plus 3. Now college basketball. We got Liberty plus 3. Creighton money line, and Arizona late night tonight.
Bowling Green looked good last week.
Ohio's a wagon.
Is Roark, the quarterback, out? He got hurt last week. If he's out, I'm off Ohio.
He's a wagon.
Okay.
Their team
he's
is a
awesome,
wagon.
but the backups don't.
I got to give myself credit here one time because I deserve credit more than anybody. I watched one practice of Mississippi State basketball this year and came back and immediately reported to you guys, bet every Mississippi State under. And if you don't do that,
I took it yesterday.
If you're a gambler and you don't do that, you're a fool. Because yesterday they played again, the under hit by 27 points.
Yep, I took that.
It was 23-22 in the second half. Mississippi State, unders. We might be the best defensive team in the country, and offensively, we're not the best team in the country. My picks: Kings -2, Pistons +5.5. That's line movement only. That's a weird. They're playing a good team, and they're only +5.5, and it was 8. That's why I'm betting it. LSU -5.5 in college basketball, and Rangers money line to beat the Kings tonight.
Mississippi State might be the new Virginia.
With what?
Virginia plays offense now. Their defense.
Oh yeah. So we get it. We have like 8 guys on defense.
Yeah. I got Arkansas +1 against Creighton. Man, Maui's great though. Agreed. I got. I'm going under 164.5 contrarian San Diego State, Arizona. I got LSU too. Under 55 Bowling Green, Ohio, and I'm going to double check if Ohio's quarterback's out. I'm taking Bowling Green and Bowling Green money line because I saw that second half of that backup quarterback last week and it terrified me.
What's Maui? Kids movie?
Go ahead.
I am loading up on Kansas State. I'm emptying the account on Kansas State Saturday. Nobody has any reaction. Good to be back.
You picked one pick on Saturday. It's
K-State.
Tuesday.
Right, it's Tuesday.
Okay.
What are we going
Game
to
of the
say?
year.
Also, Moana's a great movie.
Moana really is a good movie.
Oh, fantastic!
I'm genuinely asking what it is. You guys keep talking about this.
Whatever.
You're allowed to talk about it, and it's upsetting.
I don't like the bet either.
It's.
I want you to talk about college basketball.
Yeah, it's fun talking college basketball on this podcast.
I've been listening, and it's been going well for me.
To what?
To the bosses.
15 blogs?
Yeah.
You know, you're funnier than that, so stop sulking and do it.
I agree with him. You're funny.
I think.
I want your college basketball talk. That's what I say. You're going to do what you're going to do.
Check out backpage.com for that. Anywhere on the illegal websites.
I have no idea.
Backpage, OnlyFans.
Got it.
Legal channels.
Got it. The Yak is up next. We'll see you again next Monday. Happy holidays.
Check out the Overs Club Thursday.
It's a long break.